VTB Kicks here, and today I'm going to be showing you all how to do a proper clean of the bottoms of a pair of Jordan 11s, as well as the proper way to ice the bottoms without damaging your sneakers. Before I get into the video, I have a 10,000 subscriber goal that I'm looking to hit. If you all could do me a favor and subscribe, like the video, or comment, that would help me out very much. But without further ado, let's dive into this video and get these cleaned up. So as stated, we're only going to be cleaning the bottoms, and I'm going to be showing you all how to ice the bottoms as well. And taking a look, there is a lot of dirt and grime within the grooves, as well as rocks, and these soles are actually decently yellow. So I'm not even gonna do the clean of the uppers and all that on camera. We're really just gonna focus on the bottoms. If you don't ice your shoes properly or do it in certain conditions, you have a bigger chance of messing up your sneakers. It's really simple, like in all actuality, but I'm gonna be giving you all the steps to make sure you do it safely. The only materials you need to clean the bottoms very thoroughly are on this station. One of them is off to the side, this being the steamer. But really, there's only like maybe 3 or 4 tools you would need to clean bottoms of any shoe, specifically Jordan 11s too, but it's fairly simple. You just need the drill with the stiff bristle brush attachment, a few wire tip bristle brushes, maybe even a detail wire tip bristle brush, and then the steamer to melt some stuff down. And then to get all the dirt and like debris out of the actual traction pods of the shoe, cuticle pusher. That's really all you need. The best thing about cleaning the bottoms is the cleaner you can get them, the better the ice will be in the very end, because in order to ice the shoes and make sure they're basically perfect, given that they aren't like extremely yellow, you get the best results when the bottoms are completely clean before you ice. Boom, we're gonna go straight for the bottoms. And this is what you should be cleaning on any restoration anyway. The bottoms should be the first thing you clean, just automatically. But we're gonna start with the wire tip bristle brush to hit the immediate heel. Dip that into the solution. And all the products that I'm using will be in the description down below. And we're just gonna scrub. Right away, you'll see that dirt just literally falling right off. Just to show you all how effective this is. It's gone just like that. Of course, we gotta do some detail work in between these grooves, but just immediately, it's gone. There are a few rocks in this shoe, so actually using the cuticle pusher, which is really the first thing I should have did anyway, but we're getting all of this gunk and everything out of the shoes. Got all the gunk out of the grooves for the most part. Now we're actually gonna get into the clean. So next thing you wanna actually grab is the drill with the stiff bristle brush attachment. Dip this in a solution, and this will kind of loosen up the dirt as well. We're just gonna drill all over the bottom to get it all lathered up. And part of the reason why I prefer using the drill over any hand brush like this is because the drill is more efficient, it's easier on your hands, it covers more space, and is able to use more force than just a brush. Like, I rarely use these brushes unless it's like a delicate sneaker. Just gonna continue hitting the bottoms. And I normally don't hold the shoe like this when I'm actually cleaning it. I'm just trying to get a decent angle for y'all so y'all can see this. But having drilled the bottoms, you all can see just right away, they're a lot cleaner, just off rip. This is before we do any detail work. But when I tell you we have to clean the bottoms and get them looking good in order to even ice them, I am not playing. This is the standard that we hold at VTB Kicks, and we get the best results because we take the time to do this detail work. Now we're gonna move on to the actual steamer with the brush attachment, and that should help melt down any more dirt that's on there before we get back to using the wires. All right, doing that, we got some of the gunk off. This is good for getting rid of gum and other things that are sticky on the bottoms of the shoes. It melts it down, and then you can always go back in with the wire to kind of get it off all the way. But there really wasn't anything on this for real. Moving on, we're going back to our wire tip bristle brush, dipping that in, and now we're gonna start the detail work. Especially hitting the different grooves, you gotta make sure you hit the grooves from all the angles. So one thing that I talked about in my other video with the Yeezys, you wanna go with the groove and against the groove in some cases, but mostly with the groove so you can get in those pockets. So if I'm trying to get in here, I'm gonna scrub the brush horizontally with that groove to get in there. I'm going with the grooves on a lot of these. So since these are like vertical, I'm going vertical. And since these grooves are a bit deeper, this portion where the 3 little grooves are, and right here on these 3, I'm gonna have to use the detailed wire tip bristle brush to get in there to clean that up. But I'll save that for later. We're gonna continue using the wider brush. And it is okay if you hit this midsole with the wire. It's not gonna hurt it. Another example, you see like that dirt all up in this area. Watch what the wire brush does. Not even that many swipes. I'll just show you all as is right now. Still a little bit on this side, but like granted, I only did a couple swipes. It's gone like that. You need that in your arsenal. All right, what seems to be left is just those grooves that I talked to you all about. It might be hard to see on camera. You can kind of see it. It might not even look that dirty, but I am a stickler when it comes to getting shoes clean. So we're using the detailed wire tip bristle brush to get in those spots. And I had to flip it so I can hit the under part of that groove. Pretty much as good as it can get on these. Yeah, look really good. Now we're just gonna move on to this part. So taking a look at the bottoms, they are completely clean and ready to go to be iced. And I'll check back in with you after I clean the uppers when we get ready to ice the bottoms, and I'll show you all how to do that the safe way. All right, y'all, so the shoes are completely dry now, and as you all can see, they are ready to be iced. To simply put it, the only things you really need to ice a pair of sneakers: plastic wrap, also known as saran wrap, some tape, and then last but not least, whatever brand shoe cream that you want to use. I would not recommend Salon Care 40 because that is made for hair versus a Soul Bright from Angelus. I'll link that in the description down below, but that is specifically engineered for sneakers. I tend to put my solution or cream in like a little squeeze out bottle to make it easier to apply, so it's not too much, because if you use too much, you can risk damaging your shoes. So first things first, you want to lay out a sheet of saran wrap, and you want the sheet to be about as long as the sneaker that you're gonna put onto it. In this case, I did use a lot, but I mean, it could be smaller than this. It's all laid out in front of me. I do that before I even take out the solution, any of that. I also take the pieces of tape that I need. I usually go with 2 or 3, put that on the side of the table, and I'll have it readily available for me to just grab and put on once I put the stuff on the bottoms. We're gonna take our solution and apply it onto the sole. Basically a little bit all around, so that way when I start brushing it in, it just comes all together, versus doing like a huge glob, then you have a lot of excess. I'm only using really as much as I need to use. To spread this all out, I'm gonna be using a mini paintbrush. You all can use a paintbrush as well. A toothbrush will work too. And I'm just gonna spread it out, making sure it's touching every single part of this sole. And it's okay if it accidentally gets like on the traction pod a little bit. I know some people are like, oh, you should tape off the traction pods. With the amount that I have on the shoes, it doesn't matter if a little bit gets on the traction pads, because it's not enough solution to cause any harm. But if I had a whole bunch, like a glob on here, and it was touching the traction pads, then that would be a different story. And that leaves your pads and your bottoms at risk of losing traction. So I'm just gonna continue to rub this in, and you do not want to, like I said before, oversaturate the bottoms. A little bit can go a long way. On camera, it doesn't really look like a whole lot. It looks like it's really just enough, which is what you wanna go for. So now that that's done, you have the shoe, and we're gonna be careful not to touch this at all. I usually wear gloves, but in the case that you get it on your hands, you definitely wanna wash your hands off, because it can cause chemical burn. I'm gonna put this in the middle of the saran wrap. We're gonna take the top part of the saran wrap, fold the entire piece over the top like that, each corner, fold that. Then I'm gonna take this last piece, fold that. And then we're gonna hold that down with the piece of tape that we put to the side. Now on the back side, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna fold it up the back. We're gonna take one corner, fold that over, take a piece of tape that we had on the side, and tape that down. Now all you have to do, since it's wrapped up, is just pat everything to make sure it's touching the saran wrap, and then we're pretty much good to go. And what that does is the saran wrap contains the sauce. Basically make sure it doesn't dry out too fast. You want the actual solution to sit on your soles while it's in the ice box. So last but not least, what you're gonna do now is place the shoe bottoms up into the ice box, maybe 6 to 12 inches away from the sole so it doesn't overheat. Right here I have my advanced ice box setup, which I still have to do a video on how to create for you all so you all can have my exact setup. I'm gonna take the shoe, put it inside, bottoms up, turn on the light, and they're gonna sit there for a full 24 hours. And then once I take them out, they'll be good to go. All right, so we're back and we took the shoes out of the ice box. This is what they look like after the first icing session. It looked pretty good compared to the control. It's definitely a clear difference there. What I do think is that these will not ice up completely, just because they're older and these were definitely a bit more worn. Quick note, what I did after I took them out of the ice box is I took the saran wrap off, I cleaned the bottoms with actual cleaning solution, and I rinsed it off, then I basically let it dry, and this is how it looks. I plan on icing these one more time, doing the same steps I did previously. Once I do that, I will return and you all will see the final results on this pair. All right, y'all, so we're back another 24 hours later, and we have the finished product of the 11s. They look way better than how they looked at the start. So as you all can see, way more icy. There is some yellowing that would not come out completely. It's very slight, but it's way better than what we started with. This is the control, but it's a huge difference. Like, this is crazy, like the shades. Not all yellowing can come out of shoes. Given that these are about 10 years old now, yeah, these look pretty good now. Hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope you all learned something as well. Looking forward to doing more of these. Comment down below if you have a pair of Space Jams. And like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.